Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about all the Star Wars Shatterpoint news that came out of Adepticon at AMG's Studio Reveal. We have a lot of card previews, a new mission pack preview, a lot of future stuff as well. So it's pretty cool. We are going to talk about all of it. So if you guys are new here to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button. We do giveaways all the time. We're going to be announcing a winner at the end of this video as well. So if you guys, all it takes to enter to win one of those giveaways is to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. You can also check links down in the video description. Our Discord is there, as well as social media links and all of that great stuff. Let's go ahead and jump right into the news, starting off with some Iden Versio and the Imperial Special Forces previews. We've got some close-up images of these. If you watched my live stream on Sunday, we didn't have these close-up images, so big thanks to the Star Wars Shatterpoint Facebook group and some of the awesome members in there who had much more clear photographs. I was able to kind of amplify these and enhance and get these blown up a little bit. So Iden Versio's got 9 health, 3 stamina. She's Galactic Empire and Scout. She's got Today the Rebellion Dies, which gives you some movement. She's got Covert Operations, which is an active ability, and the ID-10 Seeker Droid. Actually, I really like the Seeker Droid, but the Covert Operations will let each character in this unit may dash, and if one or more characters end this movement within 4 of an enemy character, this unit may immediately make a focus action, and characters need to have Sharpshooter until the end of turn. All of that short to say, it's basically movement with extra dice on your next attack. It's good if you're going to move and shoot, which is a good thing. The ID-10 Seeker Droid is actually really cool because this one does something different. Again, there's a lot, like with Today the Rebellion Dies, those are great. Hey, free movement for me and the team. Covert Operations, action, a free action basically if you can pay the force for it, because sometimes you move and shoot. And here she can move, focus, and get Sharpshooter 1 to go with the focus and then shoot. Oh, that's great. A lot of people have done stuff like that before. The ID-10 is very cool because you can choose somebody within 3 and they lose all their hunker tokens, and if they had no hunker tokens to lose, then they gain expose instead. So that is a really nice thing. However, you won't be able to do Covert Operations and that as much. So I'm guessing that we don't get to see their actual stance cards. We don't get to see their combat trees. I'm hoping Iden has something like that in one of her combat trees. But if she has to make the killing blow, she can use Covert Operations for that. If she's got to set up and expose an enemy for some other folks, then she can do that. If she's already in position, she can use the ID-10 as well. She's got the Empire sends its regards when an allied Galactic Empire character wounds an enemy unit with an attack. After the effect is resolved, that allied character may choose another enemy character within 4, and they're going to gain a negative condition, whether it's going to be a disarm or a strain. I always call strain bleed, but and then an allied character may heal and then dash. So lots of movement, lots of conditions. She's definitely playing the game. Imperial Special Forces looks pretty good. They have Special Forces conditioning, which has allowed them to basically heal, but not heal as in the action, but just remove a damage and 1 condition from itself. So it's kind of like you don't want them to be 2 heals, because then they could just heal 2 damage, but that's really nice. They get to do that for free at the start of their activation. Then they have Covert Operations. Each character in this unit may dash if 1 or more characters ends its movement within 4 of an enemy character. This unit against that Sharpshooter. The same thing that Iden Versio has, basically. And then they have Infiltration, which means they get to start at 3 instead of 1. So they get to start a lot farther forward, and that's great for objective taking. That's actually a really good ability, and they seem pretty cool for that. We also got previews of Solo and Chewy coming out in June also. Here we go. He's got, then we'll do it real quiet like. It's at the start of his activation. Choose another Rebel Alliance character. If their order card is in the order deck or in reserve, each character in this unit and the chosen character may advance. Otherwise, they can dash. So Advance is kind of nice. You don't see advance for movement out of those automatic abilities that often, so that one's pretty good. He's got outnumbered, not outgunned. That basically lets him attack twice at a different unit. He's got let's keep a little optimism here. When one of your friends gets wounded, you can gain a momentum if you're behind in momentum. It's a little bit of a catch-up ability. And then he's got the hey, it's me. Once per turn, when an enemy unit becomes wounded, after the effect is resolved, remove one condition from this unit. Then one character in this unit may dash. Once per turn, when an allied unit is wounded by an enemy character after the effect is resolved, one character in this unit may make a 5-dice attack targeting the enemy character that caused this effect. There's so much going on in there. I'm going to say this. That's one thing that frustrates me about Shatterpoint is the whole one character in this unit. Every single character that's just one character always said every single ability of theirs is like one character in this unit. It's just say Han. Just say Han Solo. Just say this character. Just, and I understand why they do that. It's future proofing. I'm sure eventually we're going to see some kind of way to put like a little R2-D2 droid with Han Solo, or a little mouse droid with him, or add a little Jawa to him, or something like that, where they'll be part of this unit. I'm sure that's going to happen eventually. But the game's been out for over a year now. We still haven't seen anything like that. And 100% of these abilities just have this confusing and really disjointed language of one character in this unit may target an allied character. If you do, choose a character in this unit. The chosen character may advance away from the chosen character. I'm like, it makes the language so frustrating to read. And it doesn't, like, whereas if somebody just told you what it did, I'm like, oh, that just lets you push somebody away. When we get to Kanan, you're going to see what I'm talking about. I get so frustrated with that, and I understand why it's there. It's future-proofing, but gosh, I'm thinking to myself, imagine if I was playing X-Wing and every single card said, if you're attacking an Imperial Star Destroyer, do this. If not, then do this. And they said it on every card, and then years go by, you never see a Star Destroyer. Like, why did they bother printing that on 100% of everything? Anyway, as my rant is over, let's look at Chewy. Chewy actually looks awesome. Wookiee Loyalty is, again, going to be one of those automatic abilities. At the start of this unit's activation, each character in this unit may dash towards an allied primary. You know, the other thing is weird is it's like, I get it that they say this character instead of Chewy's because we want Wookiee Loyalty to be able to go on every other character, but there's so many other times where I've seen like other keywords that do the same thing but that are named differently. So I don't even get it. But yes, and if you end your movement within 3 of a character, you can gain a hunker token and then heal. It's not wise to upset a Wookiee is a really nice ability. It's a way to just do damage, outright straight, unresistible damage to another unit, which is cool. Basically the equivalent of like trying to rip their arms off. He's got Bodyguard, which is also a nice ability for your primary characters. Within 2, you have to keep them close. So in other words, Han Solo has to stay close to Chewie if you're running them together, which you probably want to do. But he's going to give them cover, which is nice. So that's a nice thing. But also your secondary characters can do that too. So he can help out your slightly less famous but also important characters. And then he's got Intimidating Presence, which I think is probably the coolest ability I've seen so far. While he's not wounded, Rebel Alliance characters within 2 of him add an expertise to their defense rolls. He's totally adding the result. That is awesome. We've seen in some of the recent previews the expertise charts are getting more and more interesting, so I love that. Good job, Chewie. All right. We also have the third of 3 mission packs. Now, before we talk about this mission pack, there are going to be more mission packs that they do. There'll be a whole other cycle that they have. It's just going to be one of the things they continually put out. But this one is the third of the initial 3. Slightly different than the last one, a little bit more combat focused. We weren't sure exactly. Now, I've been saying I felt like the game needed a more combat-focused mission pack, and this one seems like it's going to do it. By the way, each of these different cards they highlight a different type of unit. Support units, secondary units, so on and so forth. What does that mean? Well, we were graced with an up-close and personal never tell me the odds shot here. So it says, during each struggle, one unit type is challenging the odds by indicated on the active struggle chart as indicated. Once during your turn, when a character in the allied unit that is challenging the odds wounds an enemy unit, you may spend a force to move the struggle token one space towards your momentum. So basically, if the current struggle says, oh, primary units are challenging the odds, hey, okay, so that means once during my turn, if I take my Han Solo or my primary unit and I'm able to actually wound somebody, then I gain an extra momentum if I want to spend a force on that, in addition to anything else that I would have already gained. So that does put a little bit more emphasis on combat and actually trying to wound people. And I think that that's a cool thing. I think that's an important thing that I feel like the gameplay was lacking. So this one looks pretty good. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to that. We also got some Ghost Crew from Star Wars Rebels previews. We don't have all 6 of them, but we do have Kanan, Zeb, Chopper, and Sabine. So let's go ahead and look at Kanan. Yes, we've got him blown up. Also, a man with 2 names. Well, we do learn his 2 forms. He's going to have Form 3 Soresu and Pack Leader. And by the way, they've got a lot of keywords on these guys. Kanan's a Force user, Jedi, Rebel Alliance, Scoundrel, and Spectre, which is cool. But this one depends on his Force. It'll let him heal, or if he is Pack Leader, he can choose a Rebel Alliance character and let them go ahead and dash. If it's a Spectre, then he can dash as well. So I like that they're doing a lot of keyword traits and tie-ins with the Ghost Crew. For example, Kanan, he can work with any rebel pretty well. Of course, you can put him with anybody. You can put him with stormtroopers if you want to, because that's just the way the game goes. But you're going to have some synergy if you put him with Rebel Alliance troops. But you're going to have even more synergy if he's with Spectres. So again, you're probably going to want to run the whole Ghost Crew together, but we are seeing some examples of when you might want to, also consider running them with other permutations. So like Kanan and Luke Skywalker could potentially work together particularly well, since Kanan can potentially give, characters like Luke Skywalker who are be Rebel Alliance, can give them some cool stuff. Kanan's got Force Push, which is nice. This is one of the wordings that I just really don't like. You're just pushing an enemy away 3. That's all it does. But here's the convoluted. Choose a character in this unit and an enemy character within 3 of that character. Push the chosen enemy character 3 away from the chosen allied character. Away from Kanan. It's bizarre to me why they do it like that. Okay. Deflect. We know deflect, if they roll a block on a ranged attack, you can hit 2 damage back to them. And then he's got, now I know there's something stronger than fear, which is good. After somebody gets wounded, he gets to heal twice and then jump. And then if the wounded character is a Spectre, he can then make a 5-die attack. So Kanan gets to take a little revenge, which is... It's pretty cool, especially for it's very reflective of the end of Season 1 of Rebels. I like that. Zeb looks interesting. Hard to say until we've seen their full stance cards exactly how they're going to be, but Zeb has some similar things going on. He's got, this one's going to hurt pal. He's got a weird thing. An important thing is I believe that they said that Zeb was going to be the support here. And he has 3 stamina, but he's going to lose 2. He really kind of only has 2, and it's a strange way they did that. But basically, this is going to hurt pal, cost a force. It's going to cost a lot more force once he gets wounded. You can choose an allied Rebel Alliance character in line of sight. One character in this unit, again, Zeb, may dash towards an ally Rebel Alliance character. If they're a Spectre, the one character, and then unit may instead dash towards the chosen character. Towards Zeb. So Zeb can move towards you, but if you're a Spectre, you can move towards Zeb. After the move is resolved, one or more characters in this unit, if they're engaged, this unit automatically makes a focus action. There's a whole lot to just say you can move closer to an ally and focus. Which is good if you're going to wind up for an attack. I think that's the idea here, is that Zeb's going to be a very hard-hitting support. And, of course, he'll work better with Spectres. He's got the Lasat Honor Guard. When he would become wounded, after the effect is resolved, this unit may use this ability. They're going to gain 2 injured tokens. Then they can remove 1 wound token, all damage, and 1 condition from itself. So basically, you have the option of just saying, you know, I've got 3 stamina, but I really only have 2 because I'm just going to take 2 injured tokens. But the important thing here is that after that first time that you're wounded, all that stuff goes away, and now you're still contesting the objective. That's the cool thing about Lasat Honor Guard. Lasan Honor Guard? I thought it was Lasat Honor Guard. I gotta go look that up again. Maybe Lasan is the, you know, I don't know, the adjective there. It's just something about the feel of their helmets on my fists. This one basically lets Zeb attack twice, as opposed to just once. Of course, if you're using Lasan Honor Guard, you're going to have 2 injured tokens. That's going to make your stuff cost a lot more. So Zeb's going to potentially eat up a lot of force. And then he's got Carabast. While he has 1 or more injured tokens, and his order card cannot be placed in reserve. He gets a little angry. That's thematic. It's a little bit of a tax on him, because my guess is he's probably going to be really strong for his relative level of point cost and his position. And so they wanted to give him some negative keywords to kind of go in there and make that happen. We also see in the Make the Impossible Possible pack with Sabine and Chopper. We don't get to see Hera in this one, but we get a close-up of Sabine here. I actually really like her. I like that there's ways that she can work with Bo-Katan as well, so you don't have to run her in Spectres, but of course she will run better in a Spectre unit, but there is some diversity that just naturally works itself into this. She says, my friends make the impossible possible. At the start of her activation, another Rebel Alliance character can move, and then if they're a Spectre, they can gain a hunker token, which is awesome. I'm going to go add some fireworks to the celebration. She throws a bomb on an active objective, and she can put damage on everybody. Then she can jump in. So she can just be like, oh, all you guys contesting this objective, boom, you're all blown up, and now I'm going to fly up with my jetpack and take the objective. I forged this armor with my family, a cool ability she's got that says, after this unit makes a move action, it may use this ability if a character in this unit is within 2 of another allied Mandalorian or an allied Spectre. This unit immediately makes a focus action. I love it, because this works with Bo-Katan. This works with other Mandalorians. This works with Spectres too, and it's also super thematic because those are her family, those are her birth family, but then the Spectres are her chosen family, and it's a cool thing. I like the dynamic they're doing there. Cool ability. And then Daughter of Mandalore. The characters in this unit have protection and sharpshooter. Additionally, when a character in this unit would dash or advance or jump or reposition, it may or climb, or it may jump. I don't know why you would want to jump when you could reposition, though, because doesn't reposition give you any height you want also? Not 100% on that one, but I'll have to look it up. It could be that jump is also affected by other things, and there's the tie-in for all of that stuff. So that's Sabine. And then Chopper looks... Chopper has a cool ability. It's just a very cool ability. Mayhem at the start. He's gonna be putting negative effects on other folks. He's got the rocket booster, lets him jump. He's got Chopper. Sometimes you do it right. When he wounds an enemy unit, then he can use this ability, and another rebel character within 2 may dash. If they're a Spectre, they can reposition instead. Sturdy construction. He gains protection, immunity to being pinned, and immunity to being disarmed. And he's got the one ability I really like is that one of ours. Basically, it's incognito. If you've played Legion, while when his unit's order is inside of the order deck or in reserve, characters in this unit cannot be targeted with ranged attacks. So that's basically the equivalent of incognito. If he has not attacked recently, basically, then they can't shoot him unless they get too close to him. They're like, wait a second, and then if they're close enough to melee him, then they can attack him. But I think he's awesome. He's great for holding objectives if he can't be shot. But the key is if you move him to hold an objective, then there's a pretty good chance that his order is now already come out. Although the next turn it might be fine. Or if you use the Shatterpoint card to activate him early, that's another thing you could think about doing. Or maybe you wait until very, very late, and then you activate him last, and then he goes back, and you reshuffle, and then So like Chopper is awesome. He's groovy as heck. I love it. That's all of our card previews, but we did also get a look at some other stuff. We get Grand Admiral Thrawn and Agent Kallus and some ISB troops coming in August with the Not Accepting Surrenders pack. I am super stoked for Grand Admiral Thrawn. I definitely also want him to show up in Legion and all of this other good stuff, but it's exciting to see him. We don't get a unit card preview just yet, but that will be coming not too long from now, because August is not that far away. In quarter 4, we are going to get Crosshair, as he appeared in the Bad Batch once he was with the Empire, and of course those Shadow Troopers. Flamethrower, that's supposed to be really popular. They were really happy about the Flamethrower. I misspoke. If you watched my live stream, I first called this Hunter for some reason, and then corrected to say, no, it's Crosshair. But yeah, I don't know why I did that, but anyway, yeah, that's Crosshair, as he is an Imperial, so you can run him. You can run him with the Bad Batch if you wanted to kind of split up and have some of the Bad Batch be evil and things like that. You'll probably still get a lot of synergies in there, and that they talked about that's a very potent combination. Although I don't know if I'd want to split up the Bad Batch. I think I want to run them all together. I don't like this. I don't like bad guy Crosshair. I don't like bad Crosshair. I like good Crosshair, or like at least partially good Crosshair. We're also getting Mandalorians in the This Is the Way squad pack. We're going to have the Armorer, Paz Vizsla, and some Mandos. Great sculpts on those Mandos, and great ways to make your Mando lists more meaningful, especially with the number of Mandalorian lists we already have, and also with Sabine also showing up. You're going to have a lot of versatility for Mandalorians in your games of Star Wars Shatterpoint, which is super cool. And one of the best things about these is Mandalorians are excellent to paint, because you don't have to do faces, and Misa no like a doing faces. All right. We got a really cool pack here called the We Don't Need Their Scum pack. Now, this is not a squad pack. This is a unit pack. This is the first unit pack we've seen, which is just individual secondaries in this particular pack. A unit pack is basically not a fully functional self-contained squad, but rather just individual miniatures that can go and augment other squads, which is very cool. I don't think they're going to give Boba Fett the Mandalorian keyword, but maybe they will. I don't know. I'm curious what kind of synergy he's going to have in other Mandalorian units. We'll see. That's going to be very, very interesting, because my initial thought is, well, depending on, when you made him, like there's been, like I just feel like after Book of Boba Fett, and after Mandalorian, like it's like, okay, I think we can call him that, but then again, for Legends, there's like, no, he wasn't Mandalorian, and people are all over the place with whether he was or he wasn't. So I guess it depends on what Lucasfilm agreed to give him. He certainly, at this point, he's not acting much like a Mandalorian, so maybe he's not at this stage in the game. I don't know. I feel like you can go a lot of different ways with it. Still very cool. And speaking of Empire Strikes Back, we got a lot of Empire Strikes Back stuff. We got General Veers, the Maximum Firepower Squad pack. We've got some Snowtroopers in here, and we've also got Lando in the What Have We Here squad pack with Lobot and the Bespin Wingguard. All of these are slated for quarter 4 of 2024. As we move into 2025, we also have some more Jedi coming. The Requesting Your Surrender is going to feature Kit Fisto with his Padawan Nadar Veb, who you may remember was one of the first Jedi just catastrophically cut down by Savage Opress, which is definitely one of those battles you have to recreate on your tabletop. But yeah, so that's coming. Also, Wisdom of the Council squad pack. Now, these look like they're only partial reveals. We don't know what all else is coming in here, but it's cool to see more Jedi coming. They need to also do this for Legion. We need more named Jedi for Legion. But we're going to have Ki-Adi-Mundi here, and also a Jedi Padawan that will have multiple head options. It's a Nautolan that's on there in the picture, but they said you wouldn't have to make him a Nautolan. You can customize your Jedi Padawan a little bit. So if you wanted to have generic Jedi, if you want to have all lightsabers, they're trying to go towards that. And I think that's a really cool thing for Shatterpoint. Also, I like to have lots of lightsabers. I'd love to have an all lightsaber build. I think that would be super fun. So Wisdom of the Council squad pack coming Q1 2025. That is the whole timeline for Star Wars Shatterpoint and everything that they talked about. Now, we are going to be getting a mini extravaganza in July, they said. So we may get some more previews. We may get some more news. Maybe we'll get a look at that Thrawn unit card. Maybe we'll get some stance cards for, you know, the Spectres, for the Ghost Crew. Maybe we'll finally see Hera and Ezra. So there's still some things we haven't seen yet. But I think it's pretty exciting, and I feel like a lot of people were asking about other things. You know, did they talk about when the new garage thing with the new terrain for Shatterpoint was coming out? I didn't hear much talk about that at all. So I'm sure it's coming out, but sometimes there's delays. There's always delays. All right, that is going to do it for the news. I also have a winner to announce. So today's winner for the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway is Iron Joe Bob 7. Congratulations, Iron Joe Bob 7. Thank you for being a subscriber and leaving a comment. All you have to do is just shoot me an email over at mailcrabbok@gmail.com. It'll get your contact information. We'll get you squared away. If you did not win, don't worry. We'll be having another giveaway, so you can, and that'll run for about 2 weeks or so. So you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment in this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. Let's keep the good times rolling. That's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you all so much. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are out of this world and help make this whole channel possible. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Always call your mom. Let her know you love her. And always wash your socks.